Hey guys, um, I want to talk about um, walking on eggshells. Walking on eggshells, and what I mean by that is, you know, our parents ask us what's wrong, and we tell them the truth. What happens usually? They get mad. They judge us. They tell us that we shouldn't think that way, and that's like telling us, don't be Addison. Don't be who you are. Be afraid of who you are. So we end up going to other people and they ask us, what's wrong? And what do we say? Nothing. Because what did our parents teach us? To hide our feelings. Guys aren't supposed to show emotion. That's what my mom told me. She said, you're too sensitive. And then we have these guys doing these school shootings, right? Right? So, like, I want to talk about this, because I'm sure we've all grown up from this trauma. And usually, what happens, instead of healing the patterns and fixing them, we pass them down to our kids. Um, I don't know, like, why I'm like this, but, like, it's like everything people try to put in my brain, I know how to deflate it. It's just like, you can't mold me. I can't be molded. Um, as far as my mind goes, I can't be molded. I can be taught how to do something, but I can't be, like forced into doing something. It's ultimately my decision. But I do walk on eggshells with my parents because, like, for instance, today, my mom asked me, did I listen to this video? And I've told her, yeah, a dozen times, I want to say twice or at least twice. And so she says, why are you all in these negative feelings then? And I said, I'm not. I just realized that most of the people in this society are crazy. Like I told you in my other video, they laid me off, but they keep the guy that can barely walk, that has to take off of work to get medical treatment at least 3 times a week. It don't make any sense to me. He should be retired. He's like 60. But, they lay me off, they keep him, like that's, to me, that's not normal. It would seem that the person who was fit, the person who was fit for the job, you get it, fit, because he's aching, can barely even go to work, right? So he's obviously not fit for the job. So, like, I was watching Infinite Waters video. One of them, I forgot what it was called, but he said society went crazy a long time ago. And what is society? People. That's all society is just people. Society could be groups as well, subgroups. Like corporation. Best Buy has their own society. UPS, Apple, they're all different societies, but they're ultimately people. I have some notes written down, but I do want to touch on this topic real quick as well. Excuse me. Guys are feminine, right? Like, for instance, I burped, excuse me. It's like, but I'm a guy. Guys are supposed to burp, right? But women are not supposed to. At least that's what we're taught. So why does a guy excuse himself for being a guy? It's like, excuse me. I'm sorry about that. So what were you saying, mother? Isn't that feminine? Isn't that feminine? Versus, yeah. So anyway, I was just right. A guy does not excuse himself unless, like, he, like, I just don't feel like guys should excuse themselves. Like it's in our masculinity to to be a guy. So it's like a woman, you know, they say women are not supposed to fart, but it's just like, so why do they have a butthole? But anyway, like our society is crazy. We're in a crazy society. Like I told my mom, you know, she asked me, so why are you so negative if you heard this video? And it's just like I told her the truth. People are crazy, and she just goes quiet and gets mad inside. And it's just like, so why did you ask me the question? Like, what did you expect me to say? Did you expect me to say, I am negative, mom. Like I'm the negative person. Like, what did you want me to say? Did you want me to say I am negative or tell you the truth? No, I'm not negative. The crazy people are the people that own their companies usually hire crazy people. Crazy people usually know how to put on a mask. That's why, you know, the Joker, for instance, he's crazy, but he had to wear a mask. So it's like, but the ones who are not crazy like myself, I don't have to wear a mask. But I do want to touch on this topic as well. Okay, so I went to a job interview a couple of days ago. My mom works for the unemployment office in Colorado. So I want to touch on this topic. So she told me, you know, basically to conform. She didn't say it, but basically what she said is, how to get a job, you have to answer the questions how they want you to answer them. You can't really be yourself. So she was like, look on the internet and see how to pass a job interview. I but before that, I had to bug and bug and bug and bug the lady. I filled out the application. She said that she would call me. Before that, I went up there, introduced myself. I did a little intro, you know, introduced. And she said, fill out the application. My notes are right here. That's why I keep looking down. She said, fill out the application and I'll give you a call. She never did. She never gave me a call. I knew she wasn't, you know. This isn't the first job interview or the first job I apply for, so you know that never happens. They never call you back, but they tell you anyway. They lie to you anyway. So I did what she said. Filled out the application. She never called me back, so I called her. She said I'll give you a call. She never did. Again, that was another lie. My mom said call her again. So I called her a few days ago. She's like, come in. Real nice, like really nice. Not sure if she was faking it, but she was nice. And you know, they usually ask you, you know, like tell me about yourself. So she explained some stuff, and I was acting the entire time. I was just looking around, you know, not just nodding my head. Mm-hmm. You know, because that's normal, right? But if I stare at her and have an intimate, the eyes are the window to the soul, right? But I think it's normal to stare at people. I think it's weird to look around because if I'm looking around, I'm not gonna hear what you're saying, right? Well, some of it, like it's gonna be mumbo jumbo. The job only pays 9-10 an hour. When I was panhandling, I was making way more than that. So you know that's no money to me in taxes. You know, so that's nothing. But anyway, I'm doing it for my mom. She wants me to get a job. She doesn't want me to panhandle. So I'm doing it for her. I'm not doing it for for myself. But anyway, I'm conforming a little bit just to see where things go. You know, I'm a curious person. So anyway, I wrote these questions down, and I also did some research because my mom said do research on the place you're working for. And the video that I watched said do research. So I do research And I learned that there's Bibles in every hotel room. Not every hotel room. So I'm jumping around a little bit, ADD. But I asked her. I asked her, are there Bibles in every single room of the Holiday Inn? She's like, yeah, there are. There are. I don't know why. It's not my policy. So it's like she kind of wasn't being herself or like honest, like she could have just said I'm not a Christian. Like I don't think she is, but she could be like it's not my policy, nothing to do with it here. She was a nice person, but like I said, you don't know anybody. I don't even know my family. I don't even know myself. You don't know anybody. The mind changes just like that. I actually did that perfect. No, I'm not doing it. Okay, there we go. I never knew how to really do that, but I did it. Anyway, so the questions were like any benefits. I don't care. I'm not gonna be working at the Holiday Inn for the rest of my life. But I knew she would like me asking that, right? So I said any benefits. She said enrollment insurance, get money off the food, and you know, I don't. I'm probably gonna eat there, but it's just like you know, food only costs a little bit of money, right? So another question: what are the busiest months of the Holiday Inn? Kind of cared about that, but she said summer. But anyway, yeah, like what would my schedule be? Da 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 da. Got a text message from my mom. So, and she didn't ask me any questions. These are a lot of questions I asked her. She was very, very eager. She was very, very eager to answer these questions because we moved on to the next phase. I have a stuttering problem, so bear with me. We moved on to the next phase. I fill out some more paperwork. You know, was a driver's position talking too fast and not talking clear enough. But yeah, it was a driver's position. Driver's position. And I feel like she's gonna give me a call. I don't really care if she does. It's not a lot of money, but like I said, I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for my mom. Conforming, right? Is make our mothers happy. Make our So I'm playing that role right now as making my mother happy. She's 55 years old and getting ready to retire, so kind of feeling some sympathy there. Like she's not gonna be around much longer. And she's a really good mother. She's just we all have our issues, but she's a really good mother, and I do love her. But um, let's see what else can we talk about. My where's my okay guys, I'm not prepared. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. Most people don't want to hear the truth about what you're gonna say. They ask you, but they don't really want to hear the truth. They want to hear what they want to hear. So like my mom says, "Are you happy to be back home?" From California, came home about 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, yeah, I am. But I have to make it even better, for her, so she wouldn't. It's almost like when you tell people the truth, they can't handle the truth, and it makes them feel some type of emotional trauma. So I'm just like, yeah, yeah, mom, I'm very happy to be back home. I'm I'm very happy. And like of course I do miss it because I had my freedom. I didn't have to listen to anybody. I didn't have to conform. I could just be myself, you know? So like I do miss California. I didn't feel abnormal here. I feel abnormal. You know, like in California you see everything. Here everything is hidden. That you know, a good place to raise kids, you know, but it's like where I live, where I'm from, everything is you can't see that. You know, like where California, I seen people I seen about everything there. Nothing's hidden there. Nothing is hidden. They don't hide nothing. You know, like what you see is what you get. You know, so most people don't want to hear the truth about what you're gonna say. So what do? Usually, we we put on the mask. You know, like a superhero. I keep saying this, but it's like if we're not being ourselves, then who are we being? Someone else, right? We're being someone else. So like I'm being the son that my mom wants me to be. I'm not being the person that I want to be. You know, like I was in California and I loved it there. You know, everything wasn't perfect, but maybe I wasn't living there long enough, but I felt normal there. You know, I'm not gay, but you know, like I stutter. People didn't laugh at my stuttering. Um, People didn't say I have a soft voice. You know, like here it's like you gotta have a deep voice. You gotta talk to people with a man voice. You gotta be a man, and it's just like wasn't any of that in California. Like like I said, you see everything there. So it's like the cops they seen it all. People who live there they've seen it all. People who have lived there for a certain amount of time they seen it. So it's like if you're smoking weed there, no one's gonna look at you like you're smoking weed. They're just gonna be like, who doesn't smoke weed here? I mean, I was walking and seeing heroin needles on the ground, you know? Like so like it's like you see everything there. Um so like it's kinda like, you know, like I like the world without the veil. That's probably why, you know, I like California so much because it doesn't put a veil over your head where it's like here nobody wants to see the abnormal. And what I mean abnormal, what is normal to society? Like a kid, there was a kid smoking weed in California. Nobody didn't call the police. They didn't, you know. So, but if it's like if someone sees someone smoking weed here and they're a kid or an adult, they're gonna be like, oh my, he's smoking. Yes, officer, he's smoking weed. Grows on the ground. Has been here forever. Um, I also want to touch up on, um, you know, like I said, why do candidates have to bug the hiring manager? I never got that. Why do we? Why do they lie to us? Like, like I said, I prefer to see the world without the veil. Another thing I want to touch on. This is kind of. I'll make another video about this. So yeah, if you don't want to argue with people, you know, like I said, just get on YouTube and express yourself. That's what I've been doing. You know, like I'm an honest person. I'm a genuine person. And you know, like I said, I never got that. You know, like why do we fake? Why do we fake? You know, ourselves, the world. You know, the world is real, but we're faking it. You know, like I never got it. You know, like my mom is teaching me how to pass job interviews and stuff. Basically, teaching me how to be someone I'm not. which is kind of cool, you know. But it's just like I'm living two different personas, you know. But I never understood it. Maybe I'm weird, but to me it's normal to be genuine. But I'm gonna cut the video here. Please like and subscribe to let YouTube know this video is important. If you don't like it or subscribe, my content will be hidden, and we'll keep living the same life over and over and over again. So, like, please like and subscribe. And be sure to watch my other videos.